to win in fantasy football, to win in anything in life, you're going to have to take chances. You're going to have to push the limits. You're going to have to get ballsy. On tonight's show, Bindles and I are reviewing our extra special guests' Best Ball Mania drafts. We're going to be drafting some Best Ball Manias live and giving away a free entry into Best Ball Mania to one lucky random sub. Let's get right into it.
Because I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. Because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. Anywhere I want.
Heyo.
What's up, brother?
I'm doing great, man. It's big week for Ballsy, big week for you. Congratulations on your big win last night. Now I feel less bad for getting destroyed by you because it wasn't as bad as PPR Tyler. So but yeah, man. Congrats on 500 subs. That's huge. And yeah, we also, got a little snippet on the Best Ball Bros video, which, a nice, cap to the summer, to hot best ball summer, means a lot for Pete to sneak us in there. Support small streamers. And, yeah, man, how has your week been? Obviously we like I just recapped last night, but how are you doing? How are you feeling about your drafts the last couple of nights as we get closer to the season? It's been super chaotic. We got roster cuts going on. Pass it back over to you.
Yeah, been
yeah, so so obviously we got roster cuts today, and I actually made a little chart for all the running backs and backfields of who made the cut. Mostly what we were expecting. I would say the one that really stood out to me was the Chargers. Najee not going on PUP. He's on the active roster, and they only kept 3 running backs, and the other one outside of Hampton is Hassan Haskins. So pretty bullish for Najee. If you were buying the dip on him, that feels pretty good. Obviously, we were a little bit worried about the eye injury there for a long time. So yeah, Najee bags are definitely up a little bit. Cleveland only keeping 2 running backs. I think they kind of already said, like, we're not going to have only 2 running backs. So whether they, obviously Judkins, they're assuming they're going to sign him at some point. I don't know when that will be, but I think that's not really, that's a foregone conclusion that he will get signed at some point. And then maybe they bring in another guy that got cut or something like that for depth, but definitely it's not bad for Dylan Sampson or Jerome Ford. Like, it obviously helps their early season a little bit. And then even if Judkins hasn't been practicing and whatnot. So Sampson, definitely a very strong pick at where he's going still, even knowing that Judkins will be back at some point. We had Gretsch on, who was kind of covering off on that take. So if you want to go watch that one back, super great episode with Gretsch, super sharp guy. And then, let's see the other ones. I'll drop this in the chat after. Tennessee, I would say Tony Pollard is, he's already been creeping up with the Spears news, but now knowing that Spears is going to be on PUP for the first 4 games, it's still, we're still playing for week 17, but definitely helps for that early season push. And still an injury for Spears where he could take a lot of time to get back up to speed after that. So I think Pollard continues to be a very good click where he's going, and you can definitely move him up there. We see, kind of shifting away from the running backs. Ricky Pearsall, Igbuka, and Golden, some year 1, year 2 receivers really getting pushed up the board. Ricky, obviously there's really no receivers right now. It's Jennings who hasn't been practicing, and then Sky Moore got signed. So he's looking like a pretty good pick. And while his rookie year was not great from a yards per route run, from an advanced analytics standpoint, I do think like at this point he's been getting enough buzz in camp. Lack of competition. It's going to be basically him, CMC, and Kittle there who are going to be, so it's a pretty consolidated offense there from a passing perspective. So I think he's a really good click. I wasn't as in on him when we didn't have those other factors, but I think everything's kind of lining up for, it's a good offense. He's getting rave reviews in camp, and we're kind of just saying all the stars are aligning for Ricky Pearsall. Igbuka, I still think like he's going now right at the 5-6 turn here, but I still think he's a very good click. Like, you're going to be assuming from a reasonable perspective that the 32 and 30-year-old wide receiver who is coming off an injury, they're going to miss some time. And we saw Jalen McMillan, who is a way lesser prospect, smash down the stretch. So if we kind of get a mix of early season production from Igbuka, he's also been drawing rave reviews in camp. So if he's getting, targets early, producing early, and then also getting that post-bye rookie bump, just a very, very good click there. And then Golden, I was historically more on the Reed side, but as we've gotten more camp news, everybody is saying that Golden is absolutely crushing it in camp right now. Looks like he's going to be, one of the receivers in 2 wide receiver sets that Reed will not be. So it's not everything, but it's definitely a good sign. And we've been talking a lot of this offseason about the Packers offense and how they're going to be passing more. They're not going to be as run heavy as they were last year. It was a function of the injuries to Jordan Love, to the O-line, to Jaden Reed to some extent. And they're going to be definitely more pass heavy. So what else here do we want to talk about? Let's talk about Jordan Addison. Like I said before, we had Ben Gretsch on, and him and Sean Siegel of Stealing Bananas of RotoViz. The 3-game suspension, like, I almost don't care at all. I was on stream yesterday with Emo Cowboy, and we got Addison to fall. We got Jacoby, and I forget if it was Jennings, all pushed back about a round further than they usually go. And I don't think that's going to happen in every draft, but I just think Addison is such a strong pick in that Vikings offense. And I would almost push him up there into the 6th round, obviously over a Judy, over a Diggs, and you can even consider him above, with those guys.
Which player are you talking about?
Oh, I'm talking about Jordan Addison.
I feel like J-Bo now, so I put shots on my new Rover. I stand up till I'm busy, about 2 blocks with all them overs. I fell in love with that year before I took Rocky to Minnesota. Get a hit to my little Ockers, why he got chopper on his shoulder. Son, I fried the plug again, and then again we did a repeat. Them lows come straight from college, so we pro up on that.
Ayo. Sorry about that, I'm back.
Hell yeah. Yeah, man, Addison is just, if you listen to Gretchen and Sean, they're going to make you want to take him in the freaking 3rd round. But I still think he's just a huge talent, good offense. Like, buy any dip you can get on him and stack him up with some other Vikings and Lions and get that juicy Week 17 game.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, that game, and you're right. I mean, the more I hear people that we know and we respect in the fantasy community go off on Addison, it just doubles down, reaffirms that he's the guy you want on your team. No
Explosive.
doubt. Very explosive, very fun. Touchdowns.
Yeah, I was kind of going through some of I tweeted out all the running backs that made teams here. It's mostly what we expected. I was kind of calling out the Chargers with Hampton, and then Najee is on the 53, and the only other running back on the 53 is Hassan Haskins. So I think obviously we're drafting Hampton super high. Like, it's still great for him, but your Najee bags are looking a little bit better. If it's only Hassan Haskins as the other running back, I think definitely makes Najee a more viable pick. And pretty crazy turn of events the last couple months for Najee, but thought that was worth calling out for sure.
No doubt. To pick back up, yeah, man, it's been a great week. It's the peak. It's the peak of best ball summer because it just builds the entire summer, and then we get right to the start of the season. That's like peaking. Everything is good. Hit 500 subs on the channel last night on stream. Super grateful to all the support, all of y'all out there for getting it done and having a lot of fun. Yeah, Best Ball Jeopardy was sick. I had a nice weekend. I went on a little beach vacation Thursday, Friday, and then hosted a birthday party for my daughter at our house on Sunday. And then, just been drafting. I've got like 20 or something Best Ball Mania, 19, 20 Best Ball Manias left. So gonna be, now we've seen the 53-man cut downs today. So you were kind of talking to it. I'll say like 2 or 3 things that surprised me, I guess. First one, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. I drafted him on 2 Best Ball Mania teams. One time was Steve made me do it. And but I'm like 10 or 12% Torrey Horton and just hammering him. That's pretty wheels up, isn't it? That's pretty sick. The other one that surprised me a little bit, I guess, was not really that surprising, but the Browns cutting Pierre Strong, and it just makes it kind of, are they pretty confident in Ford and or Sampson? Saw that kind of got me thinking. And then the biggest one, I guess, not the biggest one, but another big one would be like the Commanders cutting down their receivers. They cut KJ Osborne and I think one other name. So they're just feeling pretty confident. No, Brown's back and healthy, and they just signed Terry McLaurin, and now it's, Debo is there. So they're consolidating their playmakers. I think there's no ambiguity there.
Yeah.
Maybe Jalen Lane is draftable.
Shout out to best ball guy, Jalen Lane.
I mean, I won't draft him, but somebody will.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I was talking about, it's not a surprise per se, but I was just kind of talking about how Pollard is just a boot. It sneaks through a little bit. My Michigan accent has faded a little bit, and I'm picking up some of the Canadian pronunciation. But I will say, slight side point, the spelling of Canadian words with the freaking extra letters in there still drives me absolutely crazy. I can't deal with that.
Like the word color or flavor.
COLOUR. I'm just like, come on, guys. Like, this is just, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Anything else for news or notes or anything that you want to cover off on?
I'm sure there is. It'll come to mind, but
sure.
Jacoby Myers potentially getting a trade. They're not going to trade him. He's trying
I feel
to
like they're not going to trade him,
right? So I scooped up I slurped a Dipperino on Jacoby Myers last night. I don't think it was on stream. I don't remember if it was. It might have been the last Best Ball Mania I did before I fell asleep on my phone off stream. And I want to say I got Myers at pick 89, where he's typically been going consistently around pick 70 the entire summer. The latest I'd probably gotten him before that, I would just guess would be like 78, 80. But I got him closer to pick 90, which was pretty nice on a team where I already had Genty. So it was a good team level bet on the Raiders, and that was kind of fun.
Yeah, That's awesome.
What
Yeah,
about
no,
you?
no. I was talking when you were off stream. I did a draft, a couple drafts with Emo yesterday over on the Fantasy Sanctuary, and we got Addison, Jacoby, and Jennings all to fall like a round past ADP. So that was pretty crazy. I was like, it has to be pretty unique for that to happen with all the stars aligning. So yeah, definitely if you can, I don't think Jacoby's getting moved. Like it's
No.
so definitely buy the dip on that. I agree with that.
And guys, don't forget as you come in here to the show, don't forget to blow that whistle. Make sure you blow the whistle and help us out. Yes, yes. So yeah, feeling pretty good. What do you say? I mean, I'm just gonna go off the top of the dome. Just go what I got. What do you say we roll some ballsy takes of the week before we get into these team reviews?
Hell yeah, brother.
It's not so much a new ballsy take of the week for me, but it's what came to mind. It's one of the first, and I almost, if we had just a little bit more time, and maybe we'll still do this before the end of the summer, before the season starts, I thought we could like go and review all of the clips of our guests and especially our ballsy takes of the weeks, and have like maybe like a segment. Maybe we can still do this, but like review our ballsy takes. And maybe it's something we do in week 5 or 6, and we look back on like what our takes were and how correct they are to that point. So there's still plenty of time, but just the wheels are moving.
Absolutely.
I'm revisiting a ballsy take that I made back in June. I think I said it with Danny back then, and I think that was the one. I might have said it. It doesn't matter. But I had made the point that Jordan Mason would flip Aaron Jones in ADP. And at the time, they were, I think Jordan Mason was going around pick 100, 110-ish. It might have been even 120. And Aaron Jones was like a top 80, maybe 70 pick. So they were like 40. I don't know if it's 40 picks, but they were
probably close to that. Yeah.
We could go back and look. We probably should. But from my memory, they were like rounds apart. And I thought there's a chance. It's a ballsy tip, but there's a chance they flip. And I was looking at the ADP. Where did it just go? I was looking at the most recent ADP.
Yeah, they're back to back. 80.1 and 84.2.
There it is. And essentially, so I'm looking at, yep, exactly. So it hasn't necessarily happened yet, but it couldn't be closer. In about every other draft that I get into, I see Mason going ahead of Jones. So it could happen by the closing, maybe not, but I'm sticking with that one as my ballsy take. Is I still think it's Jordan Mason. I think he's the guy you want in that backfield. I think he's the ceiling play and he's the touchdown, waiting to happen, kind of unlocking that potential. So given health, I think he can be one of the top 5 rushers in the entire league, total rushing yards per game. And then the touchdowns, we'll just see how good this Vikings offense is, their new offensive line, and if they can convert and be a really strong team with new quarterback JJ McCarthy. So that's my ballsy take. Is I'm just doubling down. I'm just saying it's Jordan Mason. He's one of my top exposures. He's a guy I've been drafting all summer. He's the guy you want.
I love it. Mine is going to be, it's a little bit this year focused and a little bit going into next year's ADP focused. But I'm going to say that Egbuka finishes the season as a top, I'll say 16 receiver in points per game. And then I think next year he's going to be a second round 2-3 turn pick in BBM. What would that be? 7 next year? I just think the stars, I was talking a little bit about it earlier, but I think the stars are just aligning. Like he's getting rave reviews in camp. Godwin, he's not on PUP, but I still think like knowing what we know about Egbuka's profile and the reviews he's been getting, he's going to get kind of that early season, solid target volume. And I think he will produce in that Bucs offense. We got Wirfs also not on PUP, so that's good for the whole offense. And then I think just down the stretch, we saw Jalen McMillan absolutely crush down the stretch, and he's way worse prospect. And I just think you get kind of that, all those things aligning, and I think Egbuka just continues to be a very, very good click where he's going. And I want to be ahead of everything. Like I don't really care about passing up on some of these other guys, a Debo, a Rome, like Golden and Pearsall, who are going near him as well. But just super high on Egbuka go this year and going into next year.
Yeah, I'm in. All about it. I like that. The concern was always, and I never thought this, but people were saying there's a lot of guys in that wide receiver room. It's going to be hard to get targets. It's so crowded, and you just got to bet on talent. The situation can always improve. Things can always change. The season has not even started yet, and look, it's looking like Egbuka is going to be the second overall target on that team, if not the whole season, at least the first half, or partially the first half. And then can he become their number one target throughout the year? Obviously, Mike Evans, future Hall of Famer, so that's something to compete against, a guy that probably can just continue to ball until he hangs up the cleats. But Egbuka, worst case scenario, he's in one of the best, highest volume and most highest touchdown scoring offenses. So when I saw him land in the Bucs, I was excited the whole time. And you got to see the potential of it. Crowded today, but then tomorrow, like you're saying, next year, he's the guy, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's bet on the talent. That's what we want to be doing. Don't play scared.
Love it. So I've pulled up our completed Best Ball Mania teams we did with guests. And the first guest we had on, I'll skip the team that you and I we'll just move to our guest teams, because you and I did a few teams. Sure. But let me go ahead and bring this one up. Let me see here. Let me do this. I thought I actually was going to have this ready. Boom, overlay. And then nope. I'll get it. Nope.
It's how the sausage is made, folks. Don't worry.
Close. There it is.
There you go.
That's fine. That works. Okay. Looks different. I guess it's because we're not in the window yet. This is from May 26th with BBG. So BBG was the first official guest. Hell yeah. And let's go view this draft. Here's the team. Why does it look so weird? I guess, am I zoomed weird?
No, it looks okay to me.
Okay, it's just cutting off a little bit, but 3672 build. This is from May 26th. We've got Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford at 153. Yikes. Cam Moore at 160. Not bad. So we'll roll through these teams and we'll give an impression of kind of the position groups, the good picks, the bad picks, and then overall. And then we're not going to rank them outright, but we'll kind of give an idea of like, is it a contender? Is it a pretender? Is it going to advance? Is it not going to advance? Is it truly elite? And then which one's the best overall? So let's keep all of that in mind. Maybe what I'll do is I'll zoom in a little bit further, and then I think we can still see, right? You can see the
100%. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's fine. Whatever. Stafford, not the best price, but I'm assuming we had him stacked. So not super worried about it. And if Ward has moved up, it's not a big deal.
Brees at 33, another yikes. Travion 64, very nice.
1 second. Sorry, go ahead. I need it.
Yeah, no problem. Tootin 112, Garindo at 136, that will hurt. Hunter 177, he's a guy that I've been pushing, and he never really got the vote of confidence to rise from where he was going. So he's been sticking around the 196, 205 range. Devin Neal, wow, swing and a miss. So that's kind of the pluses and minuses of drafting in May. You sometimes get a big hit like a Travion Henderson here. The rest of these running backs, except for Tootin, either big or slight misses. Got Puka stacked up, AJ Brown. Both of those prices are just fine. JMO stacked, Ridley stacked, Downs. I think all these prices are fine. Adonai Mitchell, Dontavian Wicks, Laporta is a good price. Kraft is a very good price. So this is what happens when you draft in May. Things change a lot. I think what sinks this team is probably Devin Neal, Isaac Garendo, but it's still very correlated and got some nice pieces at least, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously Garendo not feeling great, Hunter, Neal, but I think if you get those top 3 running backs to hit, like if Brees, obviously he's falling, but like he still is you know what I mean? If you swap where he went and where Henderson went, and they kind of are going in, not exactly swapped, but if we just, switch those, and then we all love Tootin. So I think if those 3 guys hit down the stretch, this team definitely still has a chance, but a little bit thinner at the running back room that I would like. But otherwise, I feel pretty solid about it.
It's a Ridley stack, a Puka stack, JMO stack. You got Brees Hall, Hendo, and Tootin. That's the core of this team.
Laporta stack as well.
Laporta's in there. So there's pieces, and then AJ Brown. There's definitely contending pieces. I feel, it's a May team, so I feel a little bit iffy about it, but it's not dead. It's definitely not dead. It's just thin.
Not as strong.
There's some dead, maybe not dead roster spots, but there's some holes. So that was, I didn't have to go all the way back down. Okay, at least it loaded this time. That was May 26th with BBG. The next week, we had Greg Branos from the Coach Speak Index on, and we drafted this banger, a 2-6-7-3 build. We took Justin Fields and Dak Prescott at pick 122. I remember this. We pushed Dak, and we got him to come back around.
That's very nice.
We've got Bucky at 23 is nice. Judkins 74. That's going to hurt.
Where he was going. Yeah.
That's yeah. Jordan Mason at the time 95. So I guess he was already at pick 100 kind of when I made that call, but around there still. We got a little nice. We got a price on him. Spears, man, what's up with this? And Wright, Spears and Wright, both pretty much. Spears will come back just fine. So we're not playing for week 1. We're playing for week 17. Spears will be okay. Jalen Wright not looking great.
Yep.
So we need Mason and Irving to hold this one down. Rashard Smith's fine for a dart throw. But this receiver room, stacked Lamb, Wilson, Pickens. We have DK on there as well. Judy, Noel. Coker was a good call.
Yeah.
I remember Greg being pretty high on Coker. Loveland, Ferguson, Juwan Johnson. Very solid tight end room. Really good value with Ferguson and Loveland there too.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to need the running back room pretty damn thin.
Without Judkins, it is, right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, if we get Judkins on the stretch, feel a little bit better, obviously. And Spears will be back, right? Like, it's probably more back half of the season play. But yeah, hopefully those receivers can fill our flex. And then Bucky is just going off, and we just need something out of the other guys for our RB2 spot for the first, half of the season or something like that. So definitely not the strongest, I would say. We would definitely need some things to go our way with the running backs for it to be super viable. So
Hartman's first. Yeah, I agree with those takes. The running back room's in shambles kind of already, but Bucky Irving, nice. Mason, like I said, my ballsy take. He could be a top guy. Hartman, the first BBM of the entire year was with me. That's funny.
Nice.
We did a bunch, but that's funny. We'll have to look back at those too for sure. At some point soon, we'll do a lot of Best Ball Mania reviews as the season goes on. But yeah, Hartman and I were ripping some drafts too. To kind of, I guess that was back in about this time frame. So it's kind of like May, June, and then we've done a bunch of drafts, a lot of fun ones. So this team, at the very least, we have a super stack with Dak. So just no Washington pieces, which is it's fine, but it was harder to know back then.
Yeah, that's rough. But yeah, I don't think it's completely dead, but it's
no. The stacks are alive. At least on these teams we've reviewed so far, there's some misses on running back, but there's some really nice stacked QBs that you can always rely on. So that was from the beginning. That was with Greg here on 6/2. So June
I think
2nd.
there was an emo one I saw back a little bit.
Yeah, I think emo would have been, let's look, the next week would have been 6/9. So then we have emo 6/9. So this is nice. Classic. This is from June 9th with emo, his Ballsy Best Ball Mania draft. Let me let you review this one.
Okay, so yeah, we got Purdy, I'm assuming, stacked up with someone. Herbert at a good price. Kyron, solid enough. Brees is falling, but I don't know. I'm not completely out on Brees, so I think that's still fine. Scatabo, Algier, Roshan not looking great, and Wright, but I think those top 4 running backs I still feel decent enough. We have some early season cover. Scatabo coming on late, and Algier contingent play, so it's better than the other running back rooms. I'll say that. Then we have Nico, BTJ, Addison, Godwin, Ayuk, Downs, Keenan Allen. Okay, well, I mean,
Keenan Allen, very nice.
So I mean, yeah, I think we have enough to cover off. Like Ayuk and Godwin, obviously not great that they're injured. Godwin probably not as bad, and then I think we have enough with. I think Downs is going to smash this year. Keenan can at least cover off some of the early season, and we still have strong receivers. So yeah, we got to get through a little bit of the early season with that receiver room, but I still think it has a lot of upside. And
my God, we have Addison, Godwin, and Ayuk on one team. But like you said, and then if Downs is ready, we're good. Otherwise, Allen is gonna have to cover. So then, like you said, I think this is fine. It's shocking to me. We have Roshan, Wright, suspended Addison, injured Godwin, injured Ayuk, injured Downs. But then, I mean, Conklin and Otten are perfectly fine late tight ends. The Tyler Warren closing line value, that's like 54. That's like 40 picks. Like we're getting like 35, 40 picks at least. Allen, it's like 80 picks. So this is pretty solid.
I actually like this one. Like obviously it's not ideal to have 3 of your receivers probably not playing for the first 3-4 weeks or something like that. But
right.
So that it might be too big of a hole for us to climb out of. But I think it could be a very strong team down the stretch. So it definitely still has a chance. I think it's not. We have a few dead roster spots, but I think it's strong enough. The Downs and Keenan picks hopefully keep us alive, and then we get super powered down the stretch with some of those healthier receivers. So,
yeah, no doubt. And then, Anthony was saying that I labeled one that he and I drafted. Yes, sir. I label all of my drafts with the date, the people, and some kind of structure, stacks, or players or something, whatever note. Nice. Only the drafts I've done in the last week, I have not gone back and labeled yet because I've just been hammering on them and then pretty much falling asleep right after. But they're all on stream, so that's how I always know exactly where they were. Yeah, what's up, Cody? How we doing, brother? Yes.
Hey, how are ya?
Yeah, how we doing? We're draft nerding out right now. We're reviewing some of these Best Ball Mania teams from throughout this season, throughout the Ballsy show. So that one was from June 9th with Emo. We've had a lot of guests, a lot of really good guests. There's one with Hartman right before that. With some Hartman and I did. There's some more me and you did. We can review at a different time. A week later, on June 16th, we drafted with Danny. And I think we did an eliminator and maybe some other format too, because we drafted a bunch that night. But we did at least just did this one Best Ball Mania with Danny. I remember liking this team. You want to review this one too?
Yeah, sure. I love a Drake May click. Never going to be mad about that. Jordan Love, I think we have him stacked up. Chase Brown there at the turn feels good. Hampton at 48 feels great, which cancels out the Judkins click there.
Damn.
Jordan Mason, Eckler, I mean, it's looking better than it was. And then Jarquez Hunter,
fine.
Could be a 0, but it's, it's fine. He's RB3. Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Pickens, Matthew Golden. So we do have a little stack there with Jordan Love, Luther Burden, Jack Bash, which, not great, but especially at that cost. But, we got a Keenan CLV to help us
balances it out.
balance out a little bit. I really like that receiver room. And then we have Henry, Gesicki, and Ferguson. So pretty thin at tight end.
With Hunter stacked up, it's fine. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Gesicki's okay.
Yeah, I think Gesicki's still fine. And then I don't know. Ferguson looks really good. I think
Right.
it's Jacob Gibbs posts a bunch of like cut ups of preseason and stuff. And yeah, you're right. It's been a long day. It's not my best. Not my best. I'll do better next
somewhere.
time. I'll do some down ups and get
better.
myself. I'll punish myself later. But yeah, I like this one. I think it could have been a little bit stronger if we didn't have the Judkins pick, but this receiver room,
The receivers are sick.
Receiver room is sick.
Flip
Running back
Best
room
with
feels
Allen,
good.
because that's where they are now anyways. It's totally fine.
Yeah. And then Pickens, we got some CLV on Hampton.
I was gonna say with Judkins, it's like, yes, he's swing and a miss there, and we'll see what happens at the same time. Maybe he's back for week 17. Maybe he never plays. But the Hampton closing line value pays off to cover that miss immediately. And then the Chase Brown's pretty nice too.
Exactly. And then Mason and Eckler are right, like they're fine
Viable
guys that can fill in for us. So yeah, we don't really even need Judkins at that point. And if he does come on down the stretch, then we feel even better. So yeah, I really like this one. It's got some holes, but I think the CLV definitely saves us there.
So that was from 6-16 with Danny. And then I was kind of, different. There's ebbs and flows to the drafting season. There were other tournaments available. I didn't do another Best Ball Mania until a week later when we drafted with Neil Orfield. So,
yeah, why don't you take this one?
Yeah, let's jump into this draft with Neil. I do remember this one. It's a 3-6-7-2 draft. We got Kyler about at ADP, Love right in that range, Geno Smith about where he goes. Quarterback room, solid. A good, solid 3 QB build. Not elite, but look at the rest of this roster. Oh, man. I did not remember Brian Robinson. At least we got him at a nice ADP value at the time. But still, that feels like a hole. Flip him maybe with Dobbins, and we're doing better. But Bucky's good. Garendo, yikes. Marshawn Lloyd, who made me click that? I'm going to blame Hartman for the influence if it wasn't Neil himself. The running back room is pretty much in shambles, but Bucky can hold it down. Christian McCaffrey injury happens. It actually could be decent, or just maybe Brian Robinson can have flex appeal. Dobbins has flex appeal already. So we're missing a running back. The receivers, though, I remember liking the Chase and Pickens at the time. DJ Moore, Myers, Jaden Reed, Thielen, Michael Wilson. Why did we click Michael Wilson? Gosh, I regret that pick. Trey McBride, Johnny Smith, very solid. But Johnny going at 120, you hate to see it. At the same time, I still think he is totally fine. He had 88 catches last year. He was the tight end 5 in PPR. I think the Johnny hate has gone too far. We used to be drafting around pick 115. Now he barely gets drafted at pick 188. So that's all I'll say. But this team is a lot of misses. I will say this team is pretty much dead.
Yeah, the running backs are going to be tough for us to stay alive.
This might be the worst one, just with the holes that's occurred with like Robinson, Garendo, Lloyd, and then
that's a lot of zeros at running back.
We have the elite tight end though. You never want to count out a Jamar Chase team, but this one does not look good.
Yeah, I think we need a CMC injury for this to be alive at all.
Probably true. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because it's funny because we have, isn't it Garendo and B-Rob on this one? So it's like, This is the ultimate CMC gets injured team. Shout out to Neil Orfield for drafting probably the worst team so far. Just giving him a hard time. Now, Neil's the man. And then, so that was like what, June 23rd. A week later, we would have been drafting with PPR Tyler. Remember that one? That thumbnail, of course. The barbecue. It feels like that was yesterday, but that was all the way June 30th, 2 months ago.
Time is flying.
Right, brother? I mean, let's see. A 3-6-7-2. Do you remember this team?
I do not.
I don't either, but it's got Joe Burrow, so it's okay. Oh, it's coming back a little bit. Burrow, Prescott, Geno Smith, strong, right?
Very
Pretty
strong.
Good closing line value on Dak, and Burrow is right about where it should be. Geno's
Dude,
pretty
so
good.
many Judkins teams. Holy shit.
It was because I was obsessed with Judkins before all of the news. These are all drafted before July, so it's gonna be a lot of Judkins. I had 14% Judkins before July, so it's partially me. It's partially Tyler's fault. He's pretty high on Judkins too.
Yep.
You get us together, we're gonna draft them. A lot of Jordan Masons too. I'm a bad influence on everyone.
Hey, I mean it's fine. It's fine.
It could be huge. Ray Davis, Nick Chubb. Wow, and then apparently I'm just pushing Jordan Mason and Jarquez Hunter on everyone we draft with. That's what
I was
tonight.
I was very in on Jarquez Hunter too, so that's on me
Bad
as well.
influences. Bad influences. Man, at least that Chubb. I don't draft a lot of Chubb, but knowing we have him with Tyler there, that's pretty savvy.
I think, yeah, I mean, not the strongest running back room, but JT you feel great about, and then Mason, Davis, Chubb, and then if we get something out of Hunter and Judkins second half of the season, I think it's live. It's a live running back room. It's not the best, but it's not dead. It's not dead.
Let's see what these receivers look like. Okay, we got stack CeeDee Lamb, stack T Higgins. That fucks. We got Devonta Smith, Jalen Waddle, Higgins, and Knoll and Coker. Okay, this receiver room is bona fide legit. Like there's not a single miss on this receiver room.
Yeah.
Even the Knoll, it's a $1 auction bid at that point. If he goes in the 18th round, if he goes in the 15th round, it doesn't matter. So I'm cool with those.
We just need one of Higgins or Knoll to pop. That's all we need. One of the two.
Yeah. It's a good Texan bet. And we have Chubb too, which is kind of interesting. I'm pretty sure Chubb was on the Texans at this point, or he was a free agent at this point, wasn't he? It's hard to remember.
So, yeah.
And then Njoku Loveland. I like that a lot. Both of these guys have, look at the Loveland pick, 148. He goes around 115 these days. Njoku's going around 115, 120. So this is good tight end room. I think
this team is live. I don't know.
Like very live.
The running backs, we just need those other running backs other than Taylor to just scrape together enough just usable weeks, something. And I think we're strong enough elsewhere where we can keep it alive. And then hopefully we get one of those guys to pop and help us down the stretch.
So that was the end of our June drafts. My takeaway from the May, June drafts is let's do even less of those next season.
I'm with you.
We have so much better information in late July, August. So mental note, I backloaded my drafts intentionally, but I'm going to double down. Next year, we do even more in July and August. But still, I mean, I still would have drafted these ones at those times with those guests. It's all these in-between drafts. Maybe they're just as bad. Maybe they're better, but it's a lot of Garindo. Not liking that.
Yeah.
So then the 30th, we drafted on the 7th with Sack. And we used the
Sack and the slappies.
Yeah, the slappies. We used the sidekick on this one, and we had Sack on. I feel like that was just yesterday, but a very controversial streamed draft with a lot of, non-slappies who are not slapping at the fact that we were using the sidekick. But hey,
the humans versus AI argument was going heavy in the streets. So yeah, let's check it out. I think I know what we're gonna see based on. I do remember this one. I do. Yep. And all the kind of talking points and everything. So let's get going.
Only fitting that we had the man versus machine debate here on the Ballsy show. The whole Terminator Arnold theme,
Yeah. Full circle.
Skynet is coming for our drafts. Bindles, give me the review on this one.
All right. We got Dakota Prescott, Jordan Love, and Matthew Stafford. We got Jacobs. We got a little Green Bay bet going. We got Hampton. We got another Judkins. Warren, and then Hunter. So, I mean, I think between Jacobs, Hampton, and Warren, like that's fine. That's basically right, like a
Yeah.
second and a third round pick, and then we got Warren to cover off. So it's fine. Like you don't need a ton of running backs. You just, if those guys are smashing, that's why we drafted them. We're fine.
Another Judkins team. I'm starting to get pissed.
It is. I don't remember all these Judkins collects.
I do, but like I haven't looked at them in so long.
We got Lamb and Pickens stacked.
Nice.
We got Love stacked. We got Dobbs stacked. We got a Higgins pick in there. We got Knoll. So we got Knoll and Higgins again. D-Hop as a bring back on the Green Bay stuff. And then Trey Tucker. Did Trey Tucker get cut today? I forget if he.
Did he?
I saw
no,
some
no. It was Trey Palmer you're thinking of.
Yeah, I know Trey Palmer got cut, but I don't know. I saw something about him, but
let me look it up right now. Trey Tucker.
And then we got Trey McBride, elite tight end, and Dallas Goedert. I like this one a lot. I know, yeah, other than Judkins click, if that would have been someone else, we feel better, but I think this is a super strong team. Lots of stacks. We got Hampton and Jacobs there to cover us off, and Warren in our running back room. Receiver room is sick. Tight end room is sick. Quarterback room is sick. So, yeah, maybe we wish our running back room was a little bit deeper, but everywhere else we feel very strong. I think this one has a chance. And if we do get Judkins, like I said, multiple times over and over again, if Judkins does give us something down the stretch, then we're feeling very good with this team. So
I want to check my Judkins exposure right now is 10. It's still 10% because I drafted him, in $300 worth of Best Ball Manias. So, we'll do better. But still, I mean,
what grade this team? What do you?
Oh, this team is definitely live. This team goes hard. I mean, the Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, and I don't even mind the Stafford throw in there. It's still like it's not going to hurt this team. Getting Hampton at this price is what makes this killer. Hampton and Jacobs alone, like you said about Warren, and then if Judkins comes through, if Hunter can put up any kind of weeks, which I still think he's totally live. It's not like we've heard anything bad about Hunter. He just hasn't gotten any rise all summer, so he's not dead or anything. Like I drafted him probably too much, but I'm just in on talent, and he's a good team. The receivers are totally fine. They're all live. And the tight ends are all like this entire team is live except for the Judkins pick. Otherwise, this is my favorite team.
Yeah, this is my favorite one so far. I maybe the sidekick knows something.
The machines are winning. So that was from early July, right? This is July. So then took a little pause, which is probably smart. Like some of these, there's some gaps in between dates here because I wasn't always drafting Best Ball Mania every single day. Other tournaments were out. Ballsy with Nez on July 16th. I remember this team too. This feels very recent.
Yeah, take this one. What?
Oh my! And then you look, like you can see the names at the top of the waiver wire. JCM, Ollie Gordon, Tesla, Horton, Woody Marks, all undrafted.
That's wild,
bro.
Stuff changes so quick.
Next year, I'm triple downing. Like I'm tripling down. I'm not gonna draft nearly as many teams in. And this is early July, but it's late July and August. There's so many good players that didn't get drafted here, and I bet you this one has Garendo. A 3.582 build with Brock Purdy, Bryce Young, Sam Darnold, all fair prices. No, thank goodness it has Christian McCaffrey, so that's vindication. McCaffrey at 8 good. We got Harvey at 65, feels pretty good. A rare Aaron Jones team doesn't hurt. Cam Scadaboo's fun. Roshan Johnson. I mean, we can live with those four.
Yeah.
The Roshan could be better, but we'll just see what happens.
AJ
Wide
Brown.
receivers.
Yeah.
AJ, T-Mac stacked up. Waddle, Golden. Nice ADP on Golden. Christian Kirk before he was starting to rise. Kyle Williams, totally fine. Thielen. MVS, you hate to see it. He'll probably end up somewhere, though. So maybe
back with the Saints. Could.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Back in New Orleans, 100% could happen. McBride at a really, really good price, and JT Sanders stacked up at a good price. So this team doesn't really have a big wow factor. I'm trying to figure out why that is. I guess we just, I mean, the Harvey and the McCaffrey together is nice, and then Aaron Jones stability, Scatterboo upside. I guess the receiver room, I can't put my finger on it. It's probably the elite tight end with McBride is why it looks empty in the receiver room, but it's not bad. Overall, this team is definitely live. It's a big bet on McCaffrey, and then he carries.
I think it's live for sure. You wish the receiver room was a little bit stronger near the back with some of those picks, but I think we have enough juice. Honestly, the Kirk pick, I not super high on Kirk, but I definitely think that helps with this build where we just need some early season production. And who knows, maybe Kyle Williams is him. Just him and Drake May down the stretch.
This team's not bad. I'm not. It's a McCaffrey. It's a big McCaffrey bet.
Yep.
Which is fine. Totally fine. And then, like I said, the Harvey's not bad either. After we drafted with Sack and then Nez, about a week later, we had Pat, of course, from the Fantasy Dog
Pounders.
For a little 2-5-8-3 build. And we went with Caleb and Jared Goff. I like that combo.
Cromulent.
Achane, Hampton, still getting great values on Hampton. Aaron Jones, Ray Day, Rico. There's not a single miss in this running back room.
Yeah, I like it.
Pretty solid.
Strong room.
The wide receivers, we have Amon-Ra stacked, Adams, Adunze stacked, Olave, Mooney, but honestly, still not bad.
Did you see the news? There was news that Mooney should be good for week 1.
No way.
Yeah, that's what looks like. Yeah, they're getting confirmed. I forget the exact tweet, but basically what it was he should be good. Like
Wow, incredible.
Tesla in that last round. That feels
look at that, right? The Tesla throw in here in the last round with Pat. That's really fun. The tight end room is Goddard and Ferguson. Let's go. And then Arroyo, that's totally fine.
I like this team. This team is very solid.
There's not a single miss on this team. Every player is active. Every player is healthy. If you're telling me Mooney's back for week 1, this team is a high contender. This is a very strong team with Hampton at that pick. If Achane's fully healthy and not re-aggravating, this is a Lions passing game attack plus Adunze taking a step forward paired with Hampton and Achane being the guys you need. So you don't have to get that many things right for this team to be really competitive.
I like it. That might be my favorite one so far.
That's right up there with the sacrilegious team, isn't it?
Yep.
So that would have been, let's see. Pat on the 20th. The 27th, we drafted with, let's see.
Okay, so it's not confirmed week 1 return, but I think it's like he's trending. He didn't go on IR, and so yeah, we'll see. But I mean, even if he misses week 1 or 2 or something like that,
but maybe it's not as bad as we thought, because I was starting to worry that he could go on the injured reserve or something.
Exactly. So we dodged the bullet there. So
this is the next week. We had on one Ron Stewart a couple days before August. If you remember the whole timing, that worked out nicely. Ron came on, and I'll let you give me the reel on this one.
All right, we got Josh Allen, elite QB pick there, paired up with Kyler Murray
at 117.
Yes, I remember that, and I think we had him with Trey McBride. If I don't, oh no, we did. Okay, but I think we pushed him, and then Bucky, very on brand. James Cook, Sharbs, Trey Benson, Eckler, Jarquez Hunter. So yeah, super solid running back room. Feel good about that.
We got a ton of closing value there on Cook, Charbonnet, and Eckler. And then
and Benson's still
Etienne's
alive.
a fun pick too.
Yeah, Etienne. I mean, we were talking about Rico. I mean, Etienne could be the RB2 there. We'll see. Maybe later on in the season.
He's looking good preseason.
He looked very good. And then Eckler's a stronger pick than it was then. Lamb, Flowers, Olave, Golden, one of our faves, Keon Coleman, McMillan, dead roster spot probably. But I think
not the worst.
We have enough receivers. We're fine there. And then Hawk and Goddard week 17 bring back on the Buffalo thing with Cook and Josh Allen and Coleman. So yeah, this is super strong.
This is a really strong team.
Very well constructed team. Not a surprise drafting with Ron. He definitely knows ball. And yeah, this seems very live. Can definitely see this one coming together very well.
This is a contender for sure. This doesn't take much, right? Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills bet. We have a Kyler Murray at a good value thrown in there. Bucky Irving's a core piece, Charbonnet. And then we have like the Lamb with the mini Eckler bring back. Zay Flowers, Olave, and Golden, I think all taken together can definitely fill in. We have like more of a volume approach from our wide receivers, even though we spent a little bit of our early draft capital on them. I think you just when you take Flowers, Olave, and Golden into consideration, and they have to cover maybe you're expecting like two of those three to be in your wide receiver or flex any given week. And we already know the running backs are going to be holding down the flex somewhat often with the volume we have there too. So we can cover for Jalen McMillan being out
definitely
most of the season. If he comes back and he's there for the playoffs, it's still a good offense. So we have a piece of that there. Very fun team.
Yeah. Wow. I didn't remember how that one is feeling very, very good. I like that one.
It is fun to look at these teams and be like, oh, it's a Josh Allen team. Nice. Because a lot of the times we're like, oh, who are the two quarterbacks? It's good, but Josh Allen's kind of, stake in the ground. It's Josh Allen season.
Yep. It always feels like a good click.
That was Ron on right before August, about a week later. I keep saying about a week later. All of these are spread out by about a week. about a week or so later, weekly show. We drafted with Ryan Heath. You remember this team?
No, I don't. For some reason, I don't remember this one.
This one was different. We did like a 3-7-6-2 build, and we kind of got buried at running back a little bit. But let's see how it turned out, because this was only a couple weeks ago. And Ollie Gordon, Keaton Mitchell, Ayo Manor, Coker, Harold Fannin, Daniel Jones, none of those guys drafted.
Wow. How the tables turn.
Yeah. This is a team with Herbert. We got him 12 picks past ADP. Anthony Richardson late. This was when he was still the starter, we presumed. I think this is right before he took that big hit in the preseason and dislocated his finger and lost all confidence of the coaching
staff. Yeah, it was
right
before. I think it was literally right before.
Yeah, it's fine. I was hammering Anthony Richardson for about a week in drafts, and I don't regret it at all, because he can still come in and be QB1 on a given week, which is rare. Russell Wilson, I do remember us missing on quarterback. Herbert can hold this down. I think this is totally fine though. It's not sexy, but it's fine for a 3 QB build. Hampton, we start to see his price rising, but it's fun to have him on a team. Our QB2 being Scattaboo is pretty thin. Spears, let's just hope he's back by week 5.
Yeah.
So could be better. Bigsby there is also fine. I like the Sampson pick. Algier is a good cover. Shipley's a good cover. So we got volume with those 7 running backs, but outside of Hampton, we're struggling to get. Now, you know what? I'll take that back. Between Sampson, Algier, Shipley, and Bigsby and Scattaboo, one of those guys will be the RB2 any given week. So Hampton holding it down, and then we just need to make sure we can flex out of the wide receiver. I think we can with Puka, AJ Brown, Hunter Pearsall, Egbuka. Okay, that goes hard. That is this team actually. Just in my mind, this team's got a whole lot better.
Yeah,
Have you seen a wide receiver room that looks this good? Like,
No.
this might be the best wide receiver room.
Getting the Pearsall and Ibuka CLV values there. Hunter to fall because he was going around there for a little bit. Yeah, this is crazy. And then Higgins even as well.
Higgins is the 6th, and we stopped with 6. So this feels like exactly how to build like a 0 running back team. Kittle, which is perfectly amazing on this team. If you're going to do the 0 RB approach, you need an elite onesie or 2. We didn't get the elite quarterback, but we do have Kittle there. And then Gadsden, I remember clicking Gadsden with our last pick, kind of as a hands up.
He scored a touchdown in preseason.
Could be something. I want to look at the board on this one because we kept getting sniped. We were going to turn back to running back sooner than later, but there was never a running back there that we loved, and then it was all of a sudden pick 100. And I forget who it would have been at quarterback that we were targeting, but it would have been
Hurts, Stafford. I think someone probably took Stafford.
Yeah. Lawrence or maybe Purdy. We see Purdy going.
I think they all were going above. I think I remember. Yeah. I don't know. I still feel pretty good about this team.
Oh, yeah. We got sniped on Stafford 1 pick before. We ended up going Samson. That, honestly, a better trade. I'd rather have Samson than Stafford right now.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Obviously.
Oh, look at Bill was drafted at 177 by Nick Bach in this one.
Wow. That guy knows ball.
Shout out to Nick.
Yeah. QB 2-3 being A-Rich and Russ doesn't feel great, but it's probably okay.
Bro, look at this. This was from the first. This is from 2.5 weeks ago. No, this is from 3 weeks ago exactly. 3 weeks ago, you could have gotten Keenan Allen in the last round still.
Yeah, that's crazy. It was gone up like what, 100 picks or something almost.
Yeah, almost 100 picks. Imagine drafting Jermaine Burton over Keenan Allen.
They don't take CLV at the Best Ball Diner though. So it's just at the end of the day, it's just Sklansky bucks.
What? Are you serious? I thought we were just playing it for closing line value before the season even ends. All right.
That one feels good with the receiver.
That one's
room.
redeemed. That is actually redeemed. The QBs are sketchy. The running backs are sketchy.
Kittle. Even if we only had just Kittle alone, like that's honestly fine. So,
Ballsy with Steve, a very recent episode. We drafted a 2.682 with Hurts and Kyler. I like it. This is pretty sexy. QB room.
Konami QBs.
I'm in. Oh, with Saquon. If you're going to build a Saquon team, matching it with Hurts, it feels like it could be getting all of the touchdowns, right?
Yep.
It just feels fun. Pollard's going to be rising. I haven't seen where Pollard's gone today, but like I've got like 12, 13% Pollard, something like that in Best Ball Mania, and I'm loving it right now. He's just getting pumped up because of the Spears thing. I always thought it was his team, his role to lose. But I was still drafting Spears. I thought maybe the improved offensive line, improved quarterback play could sustain 2 fantasy viable running backs. I still kind of believe that, but now Spears is obviously like a late season bet.
Wow.
Bro, look at this team. Scattaboo at a nice value. He's been rising lately. People are backing on him. Jerome Ford, Chaperone. We got Bill on this team. One Bill, Krosky, Merritt.
Classic.
And Taj Brooks is pretty fun too. I know it's a recent team, so it looks even better, but this is the best running back room. This is the best running back room by far we've seen today.
This running room Fox. Yeah. Holy shit.
This one goes so hard.
Now, how about your wide receivers? Let's see.
Yeah. Okay, well, we do have Devonta Smith stacked. Ladd McConkey, who's everyone's favorite year 2 breakout, except there's like 1,000 year 2 breakouts, that are viable, that are good. So, but it's Diggs. The thing about Diggs is that he's just a great guy.
Diggs.
Stephon Diggs.
Diggs is the guy.
Diggs. 100%.
I'm a great guy. I'm actually a great guy.
There's actually seems to be a few guys that don't think that.
Bro, you know what's wild? I posted that. I uploaded that as a short. It's gotten like 6K views in the last week.
You know, I was literally thinking that because I saw you posted it, and I think it had like 1 point something K when I checked. But this time of year, man, it's blowing up.
I mean, I'm gonna stop posting hot takes and player takes and advice. I'm just gonna post memes because I forgot people actually like to be entertained in these shorts. They don't care about anything. I have people in my shorts comments, and I guess they don't play best ball, but like I'll post something the best ball take, and then someone gives me like their redraft opinion about like why that's like terrible and I'm stupid, and I'm just like, thank you for the comment. Thank you for the comment. Helps
Steve checking in here in the chat. Steve, we're reviewing your team in the running back room. Fucks, respectfully. I think it was your glasses that really brought it all together.
Steve, this is your ballsy team. We were going through all the ballsy teams, and yours has by far the best running back room. Saquon, Pollard, Scattaboo, Ford, Bill, Taj Brooks. And the wide receivers, the QBs, very, very nice. Hurts, Murray. The wide receivers are not too shabby. McConkey, Smith, Diggs, Higgins, Shaheed, Dobbs, Pierce, Slayton. Like, there's not a single part of this team that's dead. McBride and Goddard both stacked up. I mean, this team's
pretty crazy.
This team's pretty crazy. This is good. The receivers.
This guy Steve knows ball.
Steve knows ball. We attacked the receiver room with volume, getting 8 of those guys. The elite tight end and QB, and the running back room still goes hard. The receivers are good enough. I think this is probably it's because you have to kind of like, okay, at the end of the day, all of these teams are going to be competing within their own pods for most of the season, but then they have to elevate and they have to face teams. Some teams drafted in May have to face teams drafted in August, vice versa. So at the end of the day, there is some kind of bonus points for drafting a team in June or July that I'll give to like the SAC team or Pat's team, or even Ryan's team that was kind of the very beginning of August. But this team, although we have all this new information, this team is probably my favorite so far.
I think this is my favorite too.
Yeah, this one goes hard. Which is funny because it's like Saquon's the guy, and then he's who you need, which is totally could happen. We were so close last season to Saquon not only being the season-long guy you need, but the playoff best ball guy you need. I think between like weeks 15 and 17, he was like RB5 or 6. And it was just like, that's how you have to have it perfect, because even if you have the 5th best running back, not good enough. It has to be number 1 or number 2 to pay off. Kind of my takeaways there.
I'm still in awe of this team. I feel like it's taken me aback.
So that was with Steve. That was from, there it is, 8-11. 8-18, right about here. Let's see. Ballsy with Gretch. Now we're getting current because some of these teams I haven't labeled yet because I just got lazy, but I still will. If I ever have a guest, they're immediately labeled. So and then dated. And usually I label the live ones, but if I'm alone live streaming, I'll just kind of leave those and come back to it, which is exactly what those were. This team with Gretch, it's the most recent one. Right? This is the last team we drafted on the show
last week. Yeah.
Incredible. A 2-7-7-2 build with Jaden Daniels and Bryce Young. I mean, I'm pretty Jaden Daniels pilled right now. I can't stop drafting him. Harvey, Mason, Scattaboo, Blue, Woody Marks, Giddens, Monangai. Is this a dynasty team? Were you watching ADP chasing when they were drafting their high stakes team tonight? Did you see any of that?
No, I missed it. I missed it. No, is that what they said?
It was. I only watched a little bit of it, but I was listening in, doing my chores and everything. Gretch is on there with Leone and Pat and Pete, and they're doing a $5,000 buy-in, high stakes, 12-team league with no tournament. It's just first place gets $25,000. And someone commented like halfway through their draft, did these guys know it's not Dynasty or something? Because like they kept drafting rookies. Like the running back room looked just like this. And the commenter was like, it's not Dynasty, right?
Hey man, I like this. I like this approach. I am Dynasty pilled, but yeah, this running back room is sick. I mean, Jaden Blue, bro. I mean,
yeah,
it's freaking Javonte Williams, the worst running back in the NFL, and Miles Sanders are his competition. And his injury wasn't as bad as people were kind of expecting it to be, or at least that's what it seems like. So, yeah, Harvey smash. Mason, we love, as we've been saying. Scatterbo.
Every team is Mason.
Every team is Mason. Woody Marks, Giddens, Monagai, and then that's. I mean, I'm down for it. I don't care. You guys can hate the Dynasty brain all you want. That one fucks. BTJ, T Mac, Debo stacked, Josh Downs, Godwin. We got at pick 107,
which is good.
We slurped the Dipperino on the injured guys, and then we took Kyle Williams. So, I mean, I think we have enough to cover off. It's fine. Like, we have enough to cover off early season with those top
and
4.
Debo stacked up. Say less.
Yep. And then
Bowers and JT.
I don't know, man. It's definitely a Gretsch-ass team, respectfully, but I like this. I like this build a lot. Very lot. Like
it's Bowers, it's Jaden Daniels, and then it's T-Mac, Harvey coming through, Mason being a guy, any of these rookies hitting in any kind of way at any point in the season, Brian Thomas. This team, obviously we just drafted it. This team goes pretty hard. This is a really fun way to build a team with a ton of ways to hit home runs. This is a home run.
We just need a couple of those running backs to like Harvey, obviously, but then one or two of those other running backs, and we're feeling very good about this team.
two Ja'Cory Brooks teams. Oh, and then Huhames. Of course, I 100% agree with this. Jaden Daniels should be going with Allen and Lamar, and he just isn't. When Gretsch came on and talked more about Jaden Daniels and some of his splits in and out of different weeks in the season, pre-injury, post-rib injury, different comments around that, it really kind of brought it back to light for me that Jaden Daniels should be a 3rd-round pick, not a 4th-round pick. So it's been a rule that I've had this summer, but I'm doubling down again since we talked to Gretsch only a week or so ago. But Jaden Daniels, 4th round, auto pick. There's no alternative. If you can get Jaden Daniels in the 4th round, build a Jaden Daniels team. That's the way I'm going to play it.
I agree. I love it.
Let's see. I think that was the last one, right? We said that was Gretsch last week, and then I've been hammering Best Ball Manias. I've got a few more. Oh, you know what I wanted to look at? Let's just look at the first one we did. It was no guest. It was just me and you.
Okay.
And then we'll do the giveaway. We'll do the giveaway too. Actually, yeah, we'll look at this team really quickly. This is back to before we had any guests on. It was the first Ballsy show. You guys can actually see I'm scrolling down. I had to reload it. Right before BBG on 5/26, we did the first Ballsy draft on 5/19.
A historic day.
Historic first episode. Technically, we had episode 0 before this, but this is the first real episode.
A day that will live in the annals of history.
I mean, we're already in the history books. We got into the Best Ball Bro 2025 video, so we're in the history books. People will be watching this in the future, and they will know Ballsy existed.
That's true. Okay, we got Fields here, Stafford. I'm assuming we have him stacked, and then Danny Dimes. Okay, that's feeling very good. Round 18, Danny Dimes. Then we got Brees with the Jets bet. Henderson,
Love it.
hell yeah. Jalen Warren, ETN, Spears, and Hunter. It's obligatory we have Hunter on every team. So
If not Mason, Hunter. And it's kind of funny we had ETN there because we were both so in on Tootin, but that's it's not the worst price for ETN. It's actually like still 20 picks closing line value. That's like 30 picks closing line value on Warren, another 20 on Henderson. Lost a little bit on Hall, lose a little bit on Spears, but we don't even need Spears on this team. Like the running back room for some reason is extremely strong, which is those first three.
Amazing. QB room, feel good about that. Running back room, feel very good. Then we got Puka stacked, AJ Brown, Worthy, feels good. Ayuk, that's okay because we got Igbuka later on to balance it out. And then Liga, not looking great, and Pierce. But I think we're strong enough with those other receivers where we feel good about it. And then Kittle and Mason Taylor stacked up. This team seems pretty fun. I don't know. I kind of like it. Yeah.
This team is good.
The CLV feels very good.
We've got the Danny Dime stacked with Pierce, bring back ETN, totally fine. Fields with Brees and Taylor, bring back Hendo season. We've got a team bet with Kittle and Ayuk. Even though the Ayuk CLV is going to be terrible, I think this team can cover until then because both the receivers and the running backs are solid otherwise in every pick. And then I think there was one more. Oh, yeah, we have Puka and Hunter stacked with Stafford. I don't think we have any Falcons, but otherwise, I mean, this team, there's a bunch of stuff going on in here. Yeah, there's a bunch of minis. We've got week 15 with Jacksonville, week 16 with San Francisco. This team is probably the best May or June team that we drafted that we reviewed today.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, one of them has to be good.
Yeah, I know all the misses, but then the Henderson and Igbuka. Ayuk, I don't even consider that a miss because we made up for it with like Igbuka, and it's not going to hurt that much, and he should come back, and he still can be good, and you're trying to win week 17 kind of thing. So
those top four are just if you include Igbuka, you just swap that out for the Ayuk pick. Like you feel great about those. So.
Yeah, if you told me you have to take Ayuk at 90, but you get Igbuka at 79, I'd say sure. But we got Igbuka, at 9, so it's a swap and it's fine. Like you said, Spears, the exact same thing. So we have like two weakened players who aren't dead. They just aren't going to have early season upside. And a little bit overpriced Stafford, but it doesn't even matter at that point.
Stacked, like it doesn't really matter to me. Like
right.
if we have Puka, it's fine to have Stafford. Like I don't really care about the price. If he doesn't get injured, it's just very binary. It's like, does he get injured or does he not? It's like trending towards it's the same old Stafford thing. One thing I want to call out is anytime that a good prospect wide receiver is just falling for whatever reason, just take them. Like I feel like Igbuka was going around, right? This is 93. I think he was even going later than this for a little bit. Like I feel like this happens every year for a little stretch of the year. So like that's definitely something like as we go into next year that I feel like it happens every year and it's less and less every year where like we used to get Garrett Wilson in the 9th round or 10th round or whatever, but like anytime we can get a first round receiver at a depressed cost for whatever reason, I think we should just be smashing it. So note to future self.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's something I had to learn and relearn, over and over again throughout best ball drafting seasons. I was trying to do a slight adjustment here. I remember I was sharing my monitor and not my window. I think if I share the window, it's actually a little bit better, but it doesn't really matter. There it is. Okay, that's probably as good as it's gonna get right there. Yeah, this looks totally good. Is it too small or it's fine?
No, it looks good.
Okay. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. We've got quite a few names on there, and it's completely random. So we'll go to this segment now. I've loaded all of the names of all of the commenters from the last 6 days until I hit the 500 subs. So it's a free entry to a Best Ball Mania giveaway. And all you have to do to redeem it is your name comes up on the wheel, and then you reach out to me, DM me on Twitter, or you could DM me on Discord too if you don't have Twitter, but you'll find a way. You can also message me in the chat. We're going to do the spin now. I'm going to shuffle 3 times and then spin. So ready? Without further ado, let's hit our drum roll.
Round 1, fight.
Rip it.
1, 2, 3 shuffles and click to spin. Good luck, everyone. Here we go.
Paulino.
Heyo. Only fitting, one of the top commenters in the last week. Paulino, my man, wins the Best Ball Mania entry.
Very deserving.
Yes. He'll check back in. He'll be watching this back if he's not here at the current moment, but he was here earlier too. He did say what up. So we'll hold that for him, and appreciate y'all on the 500 subs, on all the support, the comments. We're going to keep it rolling. We're going to keep drafting. We've got, today was 53-man cut down. Bindles season starts in 10 days.
Something like that, yeah.
10 days. I've got 19 Best Ball Manias left. So it's essentially 2 a day, right? That's pretty easy to figure out. Like sustain, I'll probably try to finish them with, I would say by Monday or Tuesday. I feel like people might jam slows. You never know if you get trapped. So in jam slow, I'm not doing any slows for sure. No way.
Paulino said he's watching on the TV. That they
Yeah,
get it on the big screen. That's a big moment.
I knew it.
Big screen.
I knew. Congrats, Paulino. GG's. And appreciate you, man. And yeah, just shoot me a DM on Twitter. Let me know in the chat right now. Like if you've got, I get confused. I get lost like between the people that are most active on YouTube and Twitter. But hell yeah, watch on TV. Yeah, if you already follow me on Twitter, then hit me up there. And we'll get you set up.
One of the
All right,
good
Ben,
guys.
we are in to this Best Ball Mania draft. We're drafting from the 3 spot. And Farachi's in here. I've drafted with him a bunch over the years, but I don't know who that is. Or maybe I do, actually.
Got
Farachi?
Shmoney Man. Who else we got in here?
We snuck it in. I've definitely seen Shmoney Man, but Farachi, I can't remember if he interacts with us on YouTube or on Twitter, but I just know that I've been drafting with him for years, it seems like.
Oh man, I'm holding my breath here.
I've got the current exposure. It's not super current. It's missing maybe 4 or 5 drafts, but I've got 3 current.
You want to go Gibbs?
I'm down. You want to take a Gibbs team?
Yeah, let's go Gibbs. I actually just made a dynasty trade today of Neighbors for Gibbs. On a team where I have Jefferson and some other strong receivers. And I don't know, man. I read Pat Carrane's Legendary Upside article.
Did you finish reading it?
I did. It was
I'm
very
halfway
long.
through, but I've been listening. I listened to it on the commute. I'm only halfway through, and I had to rerun. I listened to the Gibbs part twice because it's like I listened to it, and then he was on to the net. He was on to Barkley, and I had to I was like, wait, what happened to Gibbs? Rewind, listen to it again.
Yeah, man. And Gretsch made a compelling case. I think he drafted Gibbs at 102 in some charity league or something he was doing. I just think Gibbs is pretty much prime CMC level guy, and I don't want to be. I want to be in on that. I think one of your ballsy takes was something about Gibbs a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
but
it was
man,
early. I said it back in June.
Yeah. I agree though. Like I think new offensive coordinator, like how can you deny the talent, right? Like you have to give him more touches and he's going to absolutely crush. So yeah, definitely very, very in on Gibbs.
Yeah,
Hot take. I'm in on Jahmyr Gibbs, but
oh, I love it. Early on, I was saying because don't do that. Apple News, get out of here. Early on, I was saying I was looking at all the splits. It came down to the splits where it's like with and without Montgomery, right? And essentially, season long. I used to have this memorized. I think I can still get it pretty close to right, but Montgomery was averaging 15 touches a game. Gibbs was averaging 17 touches a game. If you change that up and you give Gibbs 19 or 20 and you get Montgomery down to 12 or 13, Gibbs is putting up like nearly Christian McCaffrey numbers.
Yeah, I mean,
at his same efficiency. If he can stay efficient, the scoring.
And the crazy part is like he still has room to grow in the receiving game. Like they haven't really utilized him in the receiving game as much as they probably could have.
We're on the clock. We got 19 seconds. I've got a third of my Gibbs teams with Bucky, but Bucky's there. Somehow I don't have him with JT. Are you cool with JT over Bucky?
I'm cool with JT. Yeah, let's do that.
Because it's just a hole for me there. Sure. But I mean, I've been drafting a good amount of Gibbs lately too. And I feel like I pair him up with Bucky very often.
No, that's fine. I'm good with Taylor. I think that feels pretty good with
Hampton goes 25. We just reviewed a bunch of teams where we have them like 45 plus. Love to see it.
I'm really hoping one guy comes and falls here. So, and that's who I wanted. Do we want to go the elite QB or do we want to go? I'm fine with T-Mac or did JSN already go? I'd rather go T-Mac.
27. T-Mac?
I'm fine with it. Or do
you got him?
Yeah. Okay.
Because he doesn't really come back to 46. So getting him on this side of the board, I feel like is pretty different.
That Gretsch was also saying like he thinks this is where I think they took him in a FFPC.
He's been going in the third round.
Around here. Like the thing is like he's a rookie, but he's going to project so well, and maybe they move Thielen, but irregardless, like he's going to project for like a ton of targets, like a lot of targets, like 160 targets, 170 targets, something crazy like that. So I just think this is where he should be going. Like I don't get it. I think we could have went elite QB there. We'll see. Maybe one comes back around. Probably not. But I think starting two RBs, I lean a little bit away from it. Just knowing that receivers can go pretty quick.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's fun. It's get your guys season. I'm pretty sure. I mean, we could look at the combo, but I'm pretty sure we didn't have a T-Mac team with these two guys. I mean, I didn't have Gibbs with JT, so yeah. Either way,
it's a little bit
back around,
flipping the board-ish.
Flipping the board a little bit.
We see Henderson there going with BTJ and London. That's a pretty fun start there.
I see we have 25 likes on the stream. I had a goal for 25 likes for a second draft, so I'm going to end that poll. But we also have about 40 people watching. Make sure you hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, if you're watching this in the future, make sure you're subbed here for more best ball content and draft strategy. And also sub to Bindles' channel. Links in description to his socials. Got his Twitter, his YouTube channel, and on his Twitter you can get to his Discord too if you're looking for dynasty advice, rankings, tiers, and a dynasty Discord to hang out in. Join the Bindles dynasty and best ball Discord. I'm in there, and so it's growing. It's a good place to be. And anytime someone asks me a dynasty question, if I don't have Bindles just right here with me, I pop open the Discord and I look at his tiers, and I honestly have used that like twice in the last week, giving people trade advice and setting people right, because people are making bad trades and they're, it's hard to know future value of players.
Yeah, Dynasty is such a fickle game, man. It's hard. It's hard. It's especially you know what? Well, let's make our picks here. But
There's no chance Jaden Daniels is there at 46, right?
oh,
Wait, we're gonna do it because Crow has Lamar Jackson. We did it. We have to do it, right?
rip it.
Bro, instant click, like I was just saying on this team. Wow, I love this. Jaden Daniels at 46, that never happens. McLaurin's been rising a little bit because of the good news. We're going to get pick 51 and 70 coming up. Unfortunately, Pickens goes. He would have been a nice wide receiver 2.
Yeah.
Who are you thinking we pair up here as our wide receiver 2? We could do Ridley, Smith. We could pull up. We could do JMO. We could pull up Debo.
Ooh, I think.
We don't have to pull up Debo. It is.
I mean, I don't hate it. But I dude, JMO just went
better odds that he might just be there at 70. It's only 5 picks past.
Yeah. No, I think if anything, I'd rather pull up.
Do you want to go Smith? Do you want to go? I'm leaning Smith. I think Smith.
Let's go Smith.
Okay. I think Smith here. And Jalen Hurts is still available in the 5th round. This is a no-no. You don't let Jaden Daniels go this far in the 4th. You don't ever let Jalen Hurts go in the 5th. So this room is a little bit different.
No, now the AJ Brown Saquon guy is going to get him.
Yeah, Farachi, he's a sharp drafter. He's going to do it. He's just trying to figure out what's going on in the world.
Damn, that's a pretty crazy start. Saquon, AJ Brown, Hill, Kittle, Hurts.
Yeah, I like that start. That is very, very strong. But ours, honestly, looking at it, 1 for 1, AJ Brown with T-Mac, Hill with Smith, Hurts with Daniels. We don't have a Kittle, but JT and Gibbs. We have 2 shots on goal. He's got 1 with Barkley. So I think our team is Barkley has to be the guy. We have 2 shots with Gibbs and Taylor to have a guy that is the elite, running back you need. Plus, Devonta Smith goes on streaks where he can light up. He can be the wide receiver 1 in a given week. I want to say, let's pull up in the stats. Sorry for the blinding lights. I think it was week 17 for receiver.
I'm blinded by the light.
Devonta Smith was the 3rd overall receiver in week 17 with 120 yards and 2 tutties. Between weeks 15 and 17 last year, he was the wide receiver 8. So not too far.
And that's scheduled. Las Vegas, Dallas, Las Vegas, Washington, and Buffalo. Dude, that's like an absolute beautiful setup. Those are some pretty bad pass defenses. Pretty bad.
Debo does go at pick 61. He's been rising, but at the end of the day, it's totally fine. We can get Ertz later. We could do any other
Ertz Gerald. Yeah, let's get him.
We could do the other running backs for the Commanders if we wanted to. Last round Noah Brown is not unheard of.
Maybe this is the Jalen Lane team.
I don't know. He is a special teamer. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, we can build out a strong wideout room before then. Don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a tier here. Okay, Swift goes. I was gonna say Swift is you've seen the coach speak on Swift, right? He's the only healthy running back they have. They're giving DJ more snaps from the backfield.
Flowers falling that far. I was like, maybe, just maybe. I don't think it was gonna happen, but that's pretty late for Flowers. That's crazy. If we would have gotten Flowers on this team, that would have been insane.
Would have been nice. The Bajan team only has 1 RB. Then the Irving Hampton team obviously has 2. I think we push running back and because it's Pacheco or Pollard here for me.
No, I think we need the receiver. I think we need the receiver. I think we go Addison. I think we go Addison.
Yeah, these are our options. Addison, Myers, Jennings, Judy. So you're pretty in on Addison.
I like the upside of Addison, and then we can get one of these other guys, hopefully, to come back around.
Plus, we get the week 17 there with
Detroit.
Gibbs.
Yep. Very nice.
I think I don't think we take tight end this early. I like Laporta a lot, but I just don't think the tight end points matter enough at this
I
point.
think we
when
need the
we're still
receiver.
trying to
We need the
solve flex.
receiver here. This
Yeah.
build with 2 RBs and the QB early, we need a receiver. So
I mean, if Pacheco's there though, I'm tempted because I just feel like him healthy, getting a lot of the work there. Maybe he has a career, and I can talk myself into Pacheco pretty easily as a really strong RB3. But would you be more interested in Myers or Jennings? Now
I'm
Myers is gone.
I'm Jennings here personally.
Okay.
Give us another quarterback option. I'm still pretty in on the 49ers offense.
Yes.
I think he's just a good click. I know we have the injury stuff, but like I don't think I think it's more contract related than injury related is what I'll say.
Okay. I was open to it there because I'm not out on Jennings. I'm gonna go. I closed out of my Discord. I can pull it up on my phone because it kept pinging on my desktop, which it wasn't doing forever, but I closed out of it. I'm in the Coach Speak Index Discord right now. I'm going to San Francisco. They talked about Jennings today on whether Juwan Jennings is in jeopardy of missing week 1. Quote, I mean, if it doesn't heal, yes, but I expect him to be back. I think he should be back from it, but you never know with calves. End quote from Kyle Shanahan. I remember I read that earlier today. That's not new. That's from 2 days ago. But yeah, calves are kind of concerning. We're not playing for week 1, though. We're playing for week 17. The thought is like, does he aggravate it? Is it going to linger? But you're right. We want a piece of a good offense. The 49ers, that's a good piece. And we can make up. It's easier to make up RB3 scores later in this draft. It's much harder to make up wide receiver 3-4 scores because I know we're going to have Addison missing 4 out of the first 6 weeks with a bye and 3-game suspension. We've got Jennings potentially a slow start or even at risk of missing 1, let's say 2-3 weeks with the calf. So we probably still are looking at wide receiver if we can swing it with their next couple picks, right?
Yeah, let's see what falls to us here, but I think yes. It's more of like we took Gibbs and Taylor early. We're betting that those guys are just the guys, and then we take the Daniels swing, which I'm perfectly fine with. But then I think we gotta catch up at wide receiver, and I feel pretty good. Like T-Mac. I mean, I made the case for him earlier. Devonta Smith, good offense. Addison, good offense. Jennings, good offense. All guys that can give you big spike weeks, give you touchdowns. So I'm very, very in on this start for us.
100%. Yo, what up, Krioth? Yeah, I know, right? Doe disbanded. How we doing?
The one, the only.
Eddie. Yo, Paulino, I don't know if you said in the chat so far. Do you follow me on Twitter? If you do, shoot me a DM there or tag me in a post and I'll DM you. If for some reason you can't DM me, I'll get a hold of you. Otherwise, we'll figure it out. I don't even know if you can. I don't think you can DM on YouTube, but if you're in the Discord streets, you can, like I said, you could DM me there too. Candyman, Chris the Candyman in Discord typically. You know what's funny? I've been using Discord since 2015, and like I still like am like not a power user of it. I'm just kind of there.
Ooh, JCM goes.
Yeah, I saw that one. Is Hawkinson worth getting at pick 86 or let's go downs, right?
I think we go downs. I think we need I'm fine passing on the tight end.
Yeah, no, this is the downs. This is definitely downs.
And we have Indy as well, so a little correlation boost there. If we're using the slap kick in our brains, that pushes him ahead for me. And who knows? Maybe he'll come back around.
You know, I have never admitted this on stream, but the reason I wear the sunglasses is because I am in fact the world's blindest seal, and you're a bad influence on me. You're making me even blinder over here.
I'm a very blind seal. I will admit it.
Yeah.
You know what? But like Gretsch just makes me feel like, because we were kind of talking about like all those.
All right, we're on the clock.
Do we want to go
Hawkinson here?
Yeah,
we have
Hopper
the bet already.
Yeah, let's go Hawk. Let's go Hawk.
Because now we're good. Because Charbonnet is gone.
Yeah.
I'm not as interested in
Hawk.
Dobbins in this tournament where Dobbins used to go at pick 180 and I had a bunch of them there. So like this is the cheapest I've ever gotten Hawkinson. I've never seen Hawkinson go up near pick 100. We get him paired with Addison. Now we have a logical JJ McCarthy at 118 or 123.
Yep. I think I smell a toot in our future.
Oh, a little tootin'.
Jimmy Toot, I hear you're trying to steal my thunder. It was an accident. It will never happen again. That's right, because this is my house. There's only one master blaster.
In college football, my bitch is Virginia Tech. Little demon in the cut. Little Raiders at the check. You moving wrong, we cut. You slide, we share, I'm slutting. My twin is only us. Don't cut no fucking budget. Little demon.
Man,
banger.
Future takes me back.
Future.
Have you ever seen that clip of by the way, I love Kodak Black. Kodak Black is like he's like my spirit animal in a former life or something. Like I think he's just like something. He's just one of a kind, right?
Yep.
So all of that,
Bangers.
doing that. Have you seen the clip of Kodak Black where he calls Future and he goes, "Hey, what'd you say on this one line?" Have you seen that clip?
I think so. Yeah.
It's so funny. That is that's the second best Kodak Black clip of all time. The best Kodak Black clip is Sunday Conversations with Caleb Presley. You've seen that one, right?
I think so.
When he comes on and he's just like going off. And then
yes. Kodak Black, but I know.
I'm white.
Yeah, exactly.
So funny. And then Caleb just leans into the craziness and it's a 10 out of 10 interview.
You're making me. I'm gonna have to listen to some Kodak Black on the way to work tomorrow morning.
Oh, I mean, how else do you start your day?
Yeah.
We're coming back on the clock. We got a 1-2-5-1 build. Daniels, Gibbs, Taylor, T-Mac, Smith, Addison, Jennings, Downs, Hawkinson. We're almost up. We could do the Tootin. He's there for us. Otherwise, QB situation, McCarthy has to be a consideration. There's 2 picks between us.
Yeah.
And none of these teams have any reason to take McCarthy.
Let's go Tootin first.
I don't think they're going to take McCarthy. Is there any other pick here you'd want to consider? I don't think so, right?
No, it's easily Tootin for me.
Yeah, I'm in. Let's go there.
We got the 2 RBs early. They're smashing. We don't have to worry about it.
I don't think there's any way these 2 teams take McCarthy unstacked after going Kyler and Dak. Even though they both need a QB, they both need a QB2.
Yeah, it's just so hard to backstack McCarthy. Like
he's the hardest to backstack. He's who?
Yeah, who do you even take now? Who do you
he's
even take?
Literally impossible to backstack. So we get him secured there.
God.
And this is going to feel real nice.
We can be done at QB if we would like to.
Where did Goff go on this one?
He went on the other side of the board today.
107, pretty early. That's fine. I mean, that's where Goff should be going in most drafts. The difference between Goff and Prescott, to me, not a whole lot.
Yeah, not that much.
Similar bet.
Definitely not. And yeah, he's like a point guard, right? It's like you have Gibbs, you have Laporta, you have Amon-Ra, you have J-Mo, you have Tesla. Like he's the orchestrator of the offense.
Yeah. Who Haim's notorious Chiefs fan, but I do agree with this take. I think we could see peak Pacheco season. This could be it. This could be Pacheco's career year. And so I'm definitely getting a lot of Pacheco. He's usually my RB3, but I might start building out some teams and try to target him as my RB1, like late anchor, and then build out some more kind of 0 RB approach in that way.
Yeah, I'm with you. I actually am with you. It's just on this particular team, I just think we would have felt real bad.
Oh yeah, we're doing.
If we didn't get a receiver there, so it's one of those things where like, okay, do I just take the pick that I think is better? But the thing is, I also feel like Jennings is a little bit depressed due to the calf / contract stuff as well. So it's like probably Pacheco's the better pick, but it's like in a vacuum. But yeah, like I like the way now, especially now after the next 4 picks. I'm glad we went the way we did.
Yeah.
Ooh, I kind of wish I didn't think Samson was gonna make it back to us, but I was like, maybe just maybe.
He's been rising up.
Yeah.
People are starting to be pretty out. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, overall, I'm very in on Pacheco. This team, I think we made the right choice because the way we can just like make up running back points in this range, and we doubled down with Gibbs and Taylor early, so our we didn't need Pacheco. Okay, Blue's going to be there. I like him. We're both, and Ferguson's going to be there. I don't think there's any quarterback we would consider. Bryce,
I would be Blue or Davis probably.
Yeah. I have some Davis. I don't have a ton of Davis, but for me, it's Cook just seems like he is going to hold it down. Maybe they work in Davis some more. Is there anything else we need? Okay, tight end. We don't have to go Ferguson. We might want to get Ertz later.
Let's go Blue because we got.
Are there any wide receivers that are interesting at all here? Not really, right? And we've got 5.
No, I mean
it's a flat tier.
I think we wait. Yeah.
Okay.
Get your guy.
Yep, I'm in. Bro, I'm getting pumped for Texas, Ohio State this Saturday, 11 Central, noon Eastern. It's the game of the week. It's the game of the year. People are saying it's a college football semifinal rematch, and 26 players from Ohio State and Texas got drafted that were starters last year. We're back on the clock. Ferguson's there. We could take a falling T-Law. We don't have to.
No,
obviously.
I don't. I think we go Ferg or Algier probably for me, or Ollie Gordon. No,
we could pull up. Do you prefer Algier here, or do you want to go Ferg?
Let's go Ferg.
So with Ferg, we also get the Week 17 correlation, the team bet with Blue. And then we also have the Minnesota Week 15.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot going on there. I feel like that price on Ferguson is also very fair, 147.
I think we can just focus on running back and receiver for now, for a couple of rounds now.
Yeah, I will say
we could go Bryce. We could go Bryce. Yeah.
The wide receiver tier is flat from here on to the end of the draft. So
pretty much. Yeah.
I think we just keep pushing that. We made this bet on our top 5 talent. We'll sprinkle in another 2 or 3 to cover our early season.
Yeah. No.
That's our Downs, who's slightly injured, and then of course,
I just don't know. I don't know. I just feel very comfortable with 2 QBs here.
Me too.
With those 2, so like if something falls to us, I don't know what that would be, but if something does fall to us, we could do it. But
man, Lawrence and Young both go, so we're done. We're going to stop at 2 QBs, almost certainly, right?
I don't think.
I have one name in mind. There is one name in mind. I guess I can say it. There's no one in this draft with us. It would be a super late, like last pick or second to last pick, Danny Dimes.
Yeah, we could do that.
We got the JT, we've got the Downs. Yeah. And otherwise, even without him.
It might be flat there at the end too, where we just feel like we don't really need the receiver or the running back. So yeah, definitely let's keep the door open for a late Danny Dimes.
Hell yeah, I got you, Paul. I'll connect with you on Discord. I had to close out of my Discord window. It had been quiet for months. I've had it open, and then all of a sudden it started dinging again. So I got to figure out why it's making that noise. I try to mute it, but whatever. It would just drive me nuts. Yeah, I think we still probably do end up going 5 running backs, maybe 6, just because we'll have to see, because I don't think we're going to need the 3rd quarterback, but we need the luxury pick for Danny Dimes later, which means we potentially, I think we'll be good. We probably also stop at 2 tight end, because I just don't think tight end points matter that much. We could, if Ertz is like sitting there at 171, I wouldn't hate it, but I'm not going to prioritize it.
Yeah, I think we feel pretty good about those 2 tight ends.
Wow, Shipley going earlier and earlier, and then obviously Gordon was gone. Wide receivers, Kyle Williams is still there, Trey Harris is still there, Thornton, Horton, Pat Bryant, Isaac Tesla. These are kind of the guys that I've been thinking about in this range, 166 to 171. RBs, it's looking like it would be Ford, who we probably don't really need. He's more of a chaperone. But he's still, I mean, he's fine. He's not bad.
Yeah, he's fine.
Missile, Dowdle.
Missile. Kendry is the RB. Well, no, we already have. Okay,
he'll be there available late. On this pick,
which receiver? Put your nuts on the table. Which receiver do you like here?
I'm cool with Kyle Williams this late. It's pretty cheap to get him, but would you prefer one of these risers?
No, I like the talent of Kyle Williams still. Like he's a rookie. He may, it's not looks like he's not going to start week 1, but it's Keyshawn Boutte, it's Mac Hollins. Like I think he still has enough juice to come on strong. So I'd rather bet on the talent there.
166. I don't mind it either. And then do you want to grab a fifth running back? So this is our 15th pick. We'll have 3 picks left. Should we grab the 5th running back now? Do we keep pushing? Do you want to grab, this would be our 7th wide receiver, or we can get a 3rd tight end with Ertz, who'd be stacked up with Jaden Daniels?
I kind of feel like we go running back here.
Okay. So you want to go maybe Ford or Mitchell?
Yeah, I kind of like Bryant, Ford, man. I don't know. Like, I don't know if you tell me if you think that's a bad.
No,
pick.
The only thing is, I mean, the Browns are supposedly a bad team, but I think Ford's got juice. He's got confidence. Like, we're worried about Quinshawn. He's a hedge against. I'm up to 18% Ford. I mean, I had 2% Ford before the whole Quinshawn thing. So I've been taking a ton of Ford.
I just think he's a good pick. Like, Samson is 20 years old. I think maybe he just turned 21. Like, they're going to split work, and we don't know when Judkins is going to be back. Like,
here's another good point. You're totally right. Ford has been a workhorse for them in the past. Samson is coming into the league. He's a big unknown. We think he's going to be good. Jalen Wright was on the exact same Tennessee volunteer football team that Dylan Sampson was 2 years ago, and he outsnapped Dylan Sampson, and then he did nothing year 1 in the NFL. Different situation, different team, different player. But if I kind of use that as a barometer of like what the floor is for Dylan Sampson in year 1, it could honestly be almost nothing. Jalen Wright did almost nothing his rookie year. I think Sampson could be better, but if you compare them, what they both put up in college, very similar numbers when they were both like Wright, and then he graduates, and then Sampson's the guy. He puts up pretty similar numbers to what Wright did when Wright was the guy. And then when they were both there at the same time, Wright was out touching him. So that's a little bit of a barometer for me where it's like, I'm excited about Sampson, but I think the floor is definitely low for year 1. And Ford, on the other hand, I think his floor is actually really high, and his ceiling is not terrible either. He put together some pretty good games last season.
He's a like he can get some receptions. He can break long plays. And I like Sampson. Definitely, like, I'm still in on Sampson, but it's like he is. You can fact check me on this, but I think he's still 20 years old, unless his birthday was very recently. So, like, probably doesn't have it all together. And yeah, we have 2 other rookies there with Blue and Tootin, who probably aren't giving us much in the early season. So it's I don't know. I think it's just a good pick. I like Ertz stacked, but I just don't think we need the 3rd tight end there on this build. I think it just didn't make sense. And yeah, man, I really like this team though. This is like the way that we played those first 2 picks, and just the way that kind of the draft has fallen to us to kind of allow us to have it, like, to pull it off, I think has come together very, very well. So
yeah, this team is sick. I'm liking it a lot. And then also, Who Hames, you're a genius. I figured out what it was. I added a new channel that I haven't yet muted, and people were popping off in there. It's a little local Texans channel that people have been hyping up. I don't even know what's going on in there. I was like one of the first people to join it, and then I haven't checked back much yet. But okay, so coming up on our pick, Daniel Jones will be there, but we push it, to 17 or 18. Pat Bryant, Adonai Mitchell.
I like Bryant. I like Bryant if he's there.
Yeah, if he's there.
Alec, we could do that as well.
Alec could be there too. He's been a fun click. Franklin would be a little bit later. Okay, so we've got a 2-5-6-2. We definitely need a receiver here first. Let's go Pat Bryant.
Unless you want to go with the steamy guy with Alec, but I like Pat Bryant. I think the better offense. What are you thinking here? I'm good with either.
I'm good with both. I'm going to let it hit Pat Bryant. It's been a while since I've drafted him. This seems like a fair price, a fair range. We could come back and double tap and get Alec here, sit with 2 tight ends. Our last pick becomes a luxury QB with
let's do that. Let's do that. If Alec makes it to us, then let's do that. We could do Pierce too.
I don't think we have any Washington pieces. We don't have to worry about that so much. It's an unstacked Daniel Jones, which I do Commanders. I don't love, I don't hate, but
Noah Brown. No, let's go Alec. He looks pretty good. And it's Tyler Lockett and Chimere Dike, and I don't know. I just think he's the most talented guy there. I think he fell in the draft a little bit due to injury stuff, and I don't know. I think
the Titans, they want to use him.
They want to use him
more. I think Cam Ward elevates all players around him type of guy, kind of like a Michael Penix, kind of like a Joe Burrow. Whoever is in his offense, who's ever getting snaps, is going to find success and could be good. So if he is good, one of the comments the coaching staff made, I read this on like the Titans Wire or something a week or two ago, was they're wanting to see him turn 50-50 balls into 80-20 balls. And he's not there yet, but that's what he's like working towards. He's getting the confidence of Cam Ward. So I think even if early season, he's not playing a ton of snaps, I think he can still earn the role. Like you were saying, the competition's not very strong outside of Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, no,
Lockett's fine. Who's that other guy there that just scored a huge touchdown that was hilarious? Because not Reynolds, but it was
Van Jefferson.
Van Jefferson, which is so funny because if Aomanor did that in the preseason, what Van Jefferson did, he would rise like 50 spots. But because it was Van Jefferson, he's still undrafted.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Can't. Sorry, Van Jefferson, but I don't care.
Yeah, I did see that. And they cut Pierre Strong, which is interesting.
I don't know if I would say workhorse, but like he kind of is one of those guys where he can just do everything. Like he can break long runs, he can be a goal line guy, he can catch passes. Like I think on a team where you have a 20-year-old running back and then Judkins coming off of not practicing, like that is valuable. Like, you know what I mean? Like you need to have some guy that you can just trust. We know coaches they like running backs they can trust. And as much as we like the upside with Samson, we like the upside with Judkins if he's playing, like Ford is it's just reliable, which doesn't sound, it's not sexy, but I think Ford has had some pretty big week 17s. I forget if it was 2 years ago or last year, but he had like a 30-point game or 25-point game in week 17. Like I think he's better than people like think of when they think of Jerome Ford in the brain. So
yeah. I must have moved Noah Brown out of my rankings because he wasn't popping up. He's already drafted. That's why I didn't think we were going to take him, but it's a consideration. We're up on the clock. It's a 2-5-8-2 build. If Daniel Jones is there, I'm just saying maybe we do it because we have Jonathan Taylor. We have to bring back with Tootin and we have Downs. My whole thing is 3 quarterbacks is almost always better than 2 is what the Sims say. And I'm not smart enough to figure out the complex math, but like I've drafted a ton of 2 QB teams over the years. Jaden Daniels misses 1 game or 2 games and it happens to be week 6. This team is dead. Otherwise, if it's not Daniel Jones here and he's going to be the starter, he's going to cover week 6. Almost certainly we have the stack set up. Would you think it'd be like another receiver? We don't need 9 receivers.
No, it would be let's just go Jones. It would be Corum for me probably. Me too. Like if Kyron were to go down, I think get a lot of the workload. He'd be like, I think Hunter would mix in, but I think it would be Corum's first crack at it, which can always help, right? Like 18th round, if you get a guy that's the mostly workhorse on the Rams, that's pretty helpful. But I think if we're thinking through the man versus machine side of things, I do think the Jones pick makes sense. Like if it was just naked, maybe not. But like we have Downs, we have Taylor, we have the bring back with Tootin. So I like the case you made there. So yeah, this feels pretty good.
Right. So I think I've said this to you before, but week 1 last season, if you had Joe Burrow and Caleb Williams, you're scoring 7 points in week 1. If you threw on Geno Smith, you're scoring 21 or 22 points. You would have added, what is that? 15, 14, 15 points to your week 1 score. That's an entire flex score added. Like you're happy to have 14 points in your flex. So like the quarterback's the highest scoring position. By taking 3 QBs, you're increasing your floor so much and helping you advance out of your pod, covering any things. People always say like, oh, well, if you draft Jaden Daniels, JJ McCarthy, and Jaden Daniels gets hurt, your team's dead anyways. Not if you draft a third quarterback and then Daniels comes back. All the teams that didn't have the third QB Daniels pod are going to be lower advanced, and you're going to be higher advanced because you're covering his injury. Jaden Daniels could easily fracture a rib and miss 4 games, or be limited and not have big production for a little bit. So I think, in the highest scoring position, you want to be able to increase that floor. And then during the playoff weeks, we've got a lot of other correlation we can build out we already had it built out. Like it was unstacked Danny Dimes. If we didn't have JT, if we didn't have Downs,
yeah, exactly.
And I'm with back, I would have just rolled with 2 and say, roll the dice a little bit. Let's take one more running back, one more tight end. But if it comes down to it, what does a third tight end add if the tight ends only have to score 14 points to be in your winning lineup? Like that's not a whole lot. You're going to need 30 points out of your QB. Let's get one more, dart to throw, a Danny Dimes, right? So
100%. No,
he's the Konami code. We have 3 Konami code guys.
Yeah, dude, this is a really fucking sick team. Like
this is a fun one.
I starting Gibbs, Taylor. Like Taylor was
you
right?
Got me on the T-Mac pick. At first, I was like, Bindles, you're going a little dynasty brain there. You're going RotoViz heavy with the T-Mac early, but then the way this team turned out, it goes so hard. And I think the only concern would be early season Addison, Jennings, Downs with the 2 injuries and the suspension. But we've got all these rookies that big mystery boxes. Can Pat Bryant, Williams, Aoman or T-Mac come out the gates hot? And the answer is going to be probably one of them will. Almost certainly T-Mac, but probably one of these guys will too.
Yeah, no, I think we have options because we have Ford, we have one of the tight ends could help us fill the flex. What up, best ball guy?
Yo, what up? We got OMG, Godlike, and the best ball guy stopping by. How we doing, fellas?
I like the way we played this. I think we really care about late season. So if we need to eat a couple of lower scores first couple weeks, I'm fine with it. I think we have 2 strong tight ends. They can help fill the flex. We have Ford. We have Tootin and Blue probably, right? Will take a couple weeks to get going.
This team goes so hard. I keep looking at it and it gets better and better.
It feels better and better. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't really care about the early season. And like honestly, Gibbs and Taylor and Daniels could just be absolutely freaking crushing, and we don't really care. Like we're winning we're just gapping the field in the first couple weeks anyways. It helps cover off for those little bit of weaker receivers to start. So I just don't really care. I think this team is just crazy. I love it.
The correlation is insane. We got Jaden Daniels. We didn't stack them up, but we've got bringbacks with Blue and Ferguson. We have McCarthy double stacked with Addison Hawkinson. The bring back with Gibbs would have been nice to get Tesla, but we didn't force it, and wasn't the right team for him. And then the week 15 against Dallas, Danny Dimes double stacked. You can call it that, but it's JT, and then obviously Downs is the main stack. We've got the bring back with Tootin in week 17. There's a bunch of other. I think we had the Eagles, right? Eagles versus Washington week 15 or 16. And then we had San Francisco. We had Jennings playing the Colts in week 16.
Could be a big week for Jennings. Pretty bad defense there.
Love it. Anytime you can draft Addison, you're just like, you got to get through the suspension weeks. So you want your team to have strength in other areas. I think going Gibbs and Jonathan Taylor actually helps cover that potential loss of, having Addison for 3 of those games, just because I feel like we anchored down there and we didn't really lose ground in other position groups. I think we helped for a case to take Addison. Maybe you could argue the same way. You'd be like, oh, we had 3 really strong receivers, and then Addison's our 4th receiver, and you can cover him in that way. But sure. I think what we did is we're just saying Gibbs and JT hit the lineup every single week for those 4 games out of the first 6 where Addison's not playing. And we don't have to figure out so many other spots on the roster because Ford, Tootin, Blue all could then have an easy access to hitting our flex. So we're really looking for 3 receivers for the early season. And then late in the season, this team is built for second half weighted production with all the rookies we drafted.
Yep. Yeah, man. This, like you said, the more I look at it, the better it looks. This is why we draft in late August, because these teams feel very good.
I'm taking mental notes here.
Yeah.
May, let's cut those teams in half. In June, cut those teams.
May and June only on stream.
Some of the May teams are fine because you're getting insane CLV, but you also get negative CLV. The June teams all look terrible. The July teams are still pretty bad, and then it's only these August teams that look so good. It's wild. Now, I heard Shady say it last year. He drafts all 150 in August, and he does and he autos a bunch of them, or maybe he just off of ranks, but whatever. And now he's using obviously the sidekick. But last year he was saying, I think within the second week of the preseason onward, he was doing 90% of his best ball manias or his drafting. I don't know if that's still the case because I know he does a ton of volume, but that kind of stuck with me. I was like, wow, he thinks there's that much of an edge
in August. Yeah.
And then that's what Neil's been saying too. But the eliminator format didn't even make it to August. We had to, and that thing closed the first week of August, I think it was. So I was hopeful to do maybe 10 or 20 or 30 eliminators right about now, and it's long gone. For that same reason, because August information, right? So
no, I think that's what we do every year. Every year I do a show with Emo Cowboy, kind of going over lessons learned and whatnot. And I'm sure we will do a similar show. TET 1312 loading. You know ball. You might not know Matthew Berry, but you do know ball.
Wait, who's Matthew Berry?
Hey, I love BBG. That is it's the most surfer, bro. I'm in my bubble. I care about best ball. I care about surfing. I care about working out. And
I wish life was so simple that I didn't have to know so much information that I didn't recognize Matthew Berry. I wish I could live so simply.
He's dialed in, right? His area of focus is exactly. I respect it, honestly. I do. I respect it.
That's true. Names. That was big. And you 100%. Saw Stingley got voted the 18th best player in the NFL by his peers. That was pretty cool.
Gretsch was saying he does a show. Are you the guy from Best Ball Bros?
Oh, you recognize this. This is
what's Best Ball Bros? What's Best Ball? Gretsch was saying he had T-Mac as his 9th overall player ahead of CD Lamb next year. And his
I saw that. Yeah, that was sick.
I think that's a little rich, but I do think second round, mid second round, London, that kind of range is very much in play. The thing is he's a rookie, so people I think still. That's what when I pulled him up there, I'm just thinking usually your rookie, you're like thinking a little bit, you're sacrificing a little bit of the early season projection for the late season upside. With Tet, you're getting both. Like, he's going to be getting targets right away. 10 targets week 1. You're not surprised that he's getting 10 targets week 1. So like, you get both. So like, why? Yeah, just, I don't care. Draft him.
True. So in Bindles, this team was fire. I know that it's getting late on the East Coast. You got to run, but I'm going to draft another one.
Hell yeah.
But man, what a fun, and it's not technically our last Ballsy episode for the season, but we're pretty close, and we'll figure out what our schedule is for the next 10 days. We'll definitely do another show or two. But man, what a season 1. It's not over yet, but what a season 1 it's been. Great guest, some great drafts, some pretty shitty drafts looking back on it, but no, a lot of fun. And yeah, man, appreciate all of the hard work you put in to the show, and it's been so fun. So we're gonna keep it going, right? There's no end. But this is season 1 of our guest rotation is practically almost closed, and bangers, just so much fun content, a lot of good takes, some ballsy takes. You know, one thing I wanted to ask you before you do take off, I don't know if we've talked about it, but I want to get the official answer, the question everyone wants to know from Bindles.
Round 1, fight.
Bindles, pancakes or waffles?
I'm definitely going pancakes. I like the variety of being able to do. I love a blueberry pancake, get it nice and crispy. You know, even before I lived in Canada, you love the real maple syrup. I eat maple syrup even not on pancakes. I use it in other stuff a lot. So all respect to the waffle bros out there. You know, there's good people on both sides, but I do side with the pancakes just because of the variety of stuff that can go in them, on top of them. And just kind of like the fluffiness factor. I think that's what pushes me over the edge to the pancake slappy side. So
typical left wing slappy answer. Wouldn't expect anything different. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off too, because I just looked at the clock and we've been going live for 2 hours. We had a kick-ass draft, so I'm gonna end it on a high note. But I will be back drafting tomorrow night here on the channel, getting more Best Ball Manias in. So I'm going to close it there, but appreciate you all for being here. Shout out to Paul for winning the raffle, a true OG in the chat, you know, holding it down. And we're going to keep it going. It's not the end. It's just the beginning. It's only up from here. We're on our way to the top of the mountain, and we're not even halfway up yet. It's a long way to climb to go, but we're going to have fun along the way and all of that good stuff. Good vibes, good times. Bindles, you're looking jacked. I saw you went to the gym today. I'm jealous. I got to get back in there.
It's been a struggle, man. But yeah, got to get it when you can get it. And yeah, we appreciate you guys all for watching, for tuning in this whole summer. Candyman's been absolutely grinding his ass off with these drafts, you know, getting him up to 500 subs, absolutely huge. Ballsy, you know, we loved it every single week. We're having absolutely fire guests on. We got the greatest chat in the industry, and we're gonna keep bringing it, guys. We appreciate all the love, all the support, and it's only up from here. And yeah, let's have a good season. You know, you got to get a little bit ballsy in life sometimes. You got to put your nuts on the table. You got to smoke your stogie inside, and I think we did that this off season. So I think we're going to see some gains, we'll call them, come December and January. So
there we go. We're gonna be ballsy. We're studs. We're smoking our stogies inside. We'll catch y'all in another draft real soon. Peace.